Hi everyone, my name is Luke Overton, and for my first case study, I took a look at chapter 13 with the Girls Can Learn Inc. The principal is named Maria St. James, and she is a first-year principal, first-year administrator. She's still actually working on learning her degree, or earning her degree, I should say. And she's taking a look at some of the problems that she has at her school while she's working on her degree. This is actually a really beneficial program in her viewpoint, as she's able to actually study and use some of the situations that she's currently looking at in her real world scenario, and then study them and then analyze them with the help of her classmates and professors, as well as taking the analytical side and the textbook information and then actually applying it to real world scenarios. I thought she honestly did a really good job from the reading and from what we know. She took the information that she had as a first-year administrator that the school was not doing the best, particularly on their tests, their standardized testing. They've regularly performed low. And then a really, really high turnover rate within the teaching staff. And this was actually a problem that the teaching staff didn't even notice. Whenever they first developed their action research team, the teachers were surprised to find out how high the turnover rate was, which points out the first thing that she did is she actually pursued a research team and began analyzing and developing the rules for that research team, the roles for that research team, and then their next steps, which I think she did a really good job of, as analyzing the problem is a key first step. Finding data that also incorporates with it was another really good step. And then from there, she actually decided upon action. They decided to send out a survey to talk with the students and staff about some of their problems. The staff survey is the one that I'm going to focus on, and I'm going to go through kind of some of the points that I looked at and some of the things that I wanted to highlight in here. First things first is I wanted to highlight the actual climate and culture of the school itself. I wanted to find out if the teachers were happy there, if they were happy with their administrator. From the reading, it kind of talked about that the new administrator was doing a really good job, so Maria was apparently doing well. But that doesn't necessarily mean that she is perfect. So I wanted to highlight that and say, hey, is there things that she can improve upon? For example, one of the questions that I had on the Likert scale was, do students receive an adequate punishment when they are referred to the office? And it was strongly agree, somewhat agree, neither, do somewhat disagree, and then strongly disagree. So maybe like a teacher can think and be like, I write up kids every single day for being on their phones and they never receive punishment. I wish I had more punishment. Or maybe the exact opposite is happening. Maybe teachers are like, I wrote up a kid and he was in ISS for 2.5 weeks, and I think that's a bit extreme. So giving the teachers the opportunity to rate and review their administrator and how the administrator is doing was a key point. Also talking about teacher camaraderie in the teacher workplace and the climate and culture there was another key point. I also talked about the students and their behaviors, as well as another key item that was brought up was the staff, the parents that and their involvement within the school. Lastly, I wanted to highlight the curriculum itself and whether the teachers felt micromanaged or whether they felt they had the freedom to try new things or pursue their ideas. Overall, I thought the teacher did a really good job, or the administrator did a really good job. And based on the teacher surveys, I think that the administrator could have a clear-cut view of where to go from there. It's kind of unclear what the administrator should do until we receive those results, because we don't know where we're falling behind and where the climate or culture might be lacking, or where some of its strengths are. But definitely leaning into those strengths whenever we get the results, and then trying to correct some of the weaker points is a very crucial role. And I'm excited. I would be, excited to see the results. So that's my take on case study number 1 and Maria St. James at Girls Can Learn Inc. Thank you very much.